and then the second time to come back and reminisce about the good times, and it's nice to be back. Yeah.
How would you describe your tenure here? I mean, what are the most vivid memories you have of this place?
Well, it was a start. It was the start of my career. At times I didn't know I was going to get out, but I was very fortunate and to get out at a good time, I guess you could say. But I put my time in the minor leagues in Rockford and obviously in Virginia for a year. But to start a career here, I think it's important for any player to develop as a player and just as a human to live on yourself and just adjust. I didn't have home cooked meals, but it was a great experience. It was nice to come back and to get this honor tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Speaking of starting here, how much do you have to credit Rockford for your development?
Yeah, it was. It started in Rockford. It started with the scouting. We had a good couple draft groups coming up together to kind of push each other. We had good guys coming out of here with Bauer, Bolin, Versteeg. You can go down to Jalmerson, Crawford. We had a lot of guys who were in the minor leagues that obviously made, pretty good careers and part of those championship teams in Chicago. Give it to the Blackhawks and the scouting staff to kind of get a group down here, which we already had a pretty group up top to kind of make, really the ultimate group to be a championship.
See, what kind of culture was established with that kind of young group of guys here in Rockford that kind of led to that success once you guys got all up to Chicago?
I don't think it was much of a culture. I think it was just a push. It was a push between the two, like everybody here, to make that next step. If it's one guy 1 year or two guys or whatever, it could take a year, or it could take 3 years. I was here for three and a half years. I knew my time would come. It just, it took a little longer, but just what they needed up there, and they had a good quality team down here, and we had good playoff runs and good seasons, and that's what made Recipes a good team up there.
See, you've got one of your championship rings.
Yeah, I got two of them on
Two of
actually.
them.
Yeah,
There you go.
I don't wear them that often, but this is a pretty cool moment, obviously, to start here in Rockford and to have the opportunity to, obviously we didn't win here. We were close a couple times, but to win up in the ultimate goal in the Blackhawks and the city of Chicago, and it was, I don't wear them that often, but when I do, it's for special moments.
How blessed do you feel to have been a part of a dynasty? Because those Blackhawks really were a dynasty.
Yeah, it was, getting drafted by the Blackhawks in '04, and then getting a crack in the minor leagues and, working your way up. It's a tough task. There's times where, I almost wanted that 9 to 5 and not go on the road and do the 3-on-3s and, be around my family and friends. But, we had a good support system, a good team, and a good coaching staff to kind of overcome things when we were here. And, that's the ultimate goal. You want to, play professionally hockey. You want to play in the, in the National League. Then obviously you want to win a championship. But it was obviously a good run for the Hawks in those, 5 or 6 years.
What was kind of the feeling, getting to join this club with your teammate Corey, and just kind of describe that?
Yeah, we kind of came up together. He came to the league a year before me in Norfolk, and then we kind of moved up to the Blackhawks together. He was at my wedding party. He was a guy that I gravitated to him. He was a good dude. But overall, just good friendships come out of this. There's a handful of guys I still talk to and reach out to here and there, and it's a brotherhood. Like if you have a brotherhood in that locker room, you're going to do whatever it takes for the guys on the ice, and I think that's one of the reasons why we were successful.
Are you still involved in hockey in some way, or what are you up to these days?
Beer league, that's about it. But just chasing my girls around. I got a 10 and 8-year-old. They both play. One plays competitive, one plays house league. Dance, just being just a driver for them to their events, but just enjoying the moment because it's been 10 years and I retired 10 years ago, and it's like where the time go, right? So time's going fast, but enjoying the time with them.
Have you kept up a lot with the IceHogs this season? Maybe do you see some similarities to when you first started here in that core you guys were building to some of the young guys here, like Frank Nazar, who's up in Chicago, Colton Donovan?
Yeah, I've been to 3 or 4 games in Chicago. Obviously, they're in a rebuild. Obviously, with the first overall pick with Bedard and things like that. It was like that when it was in '04. We didn't have seats or butts in the stands. We didn't have fans. We didn't have players. And then getting Seabrook, Keith, and Taves and Kane, it kind of brought a lot of spotlight to the Blackhawks, and they're in a real pit. It's going to take some time. We all know that the Blackhawks went for decades without doing anything, so they're just in a little speed bump, and I'm sure they'll come out of it.
What about the energy tonight here in the BMO Center?
Oh, that's cool. It's a cool little honor. I got asked months ago to come to do this and to be recognized for the time I was here. It was a part of my life and part of my career that I'll never forget. And to come here and my kids are older. I retired when the kids are 3 and 1. So to see them, and then they're like, "Daddy, you're like famous," and like people want your autograph all the time. So it feels kind of good for my girls to see that. And I just ran into Crawford. Crawford came out, so it's good to see some familiar faces and enjoy this day.
Does this kind of environment bring back any specific memories of the Hogs or at the BMO?
Oh, the chants and the pregame stuff. It brings back the memories we had here. It's kind of funny. I haven't been here in probably 6-7 years, so just to see the changes that they've had in the city, and it's going to be a destination American League spot for sure. It's growing, and they're getting fans. The people are into it, and it should be good to see where it goes.